moving on from this conversation, which I'm glad LB's happy with. Talk today. I just want to make sure I read this correctly. Where's it gone? I did bookmark it and I keep losing. This here states that Liverpool have reportedly reached an agreement on a 5-year contract with Marc Guehi. The centre-back is pushing for the move. Liverpool obviously already done some great business. What do you make of this move, Potsy?
Yeah, I think it's a really good move, man. I can't lie. I think it's a really good move. It just adds to Liverpool's amazing window, don't it? People are questioning it, saying, why is he going there? He's not going to start. I actually think he will. I think there's 2 reasons why he's looking at Liverpool. I genuinely do believe Konate is going to leave on a free and go to Real Madrid. I actually do think that's going to happen. And I think that Liverpool are just going to accept that that's going to happen and just keep him for a year. And I think they're just going to go on a free like it did with Trent. And I think that Guehi will play a hell of a lot of football. Now, that might not happen, and they might keep Konate and then have Konate and Guehi as the partnership for the coming season. So either way, Liverpool are in a good position with this signing for me. They've still got Van Dijk, but he isn't going to play 40 or 50 games this season. I think this is an exceptional, and I'm hearing good price as well, because he was about 70 million last season.
He's only got a year left on his deal, hasn't he? So
exactly. So I think he's going to be a really good bit of business for Liverpool. I like him a lot.
What price are they saying, bro?
I'm hearing 45 or something. I don't know if Terry knows anymore, but that's the kind of thing that I'm hearing. That is incredible.
Business, man. He's a top player, mate. Top player.
I agree. I looked at him when he was a youngster. I think he was Chelsea, then he went on loan to Swansea, then he come back and obviously went to Palace. And I thought, yeah, he's an absolute beast. I think he's a very good centre half. I think for England, he's proven that he's alongside some of the best that we've got at the moment in that position. I know that people laugh at that, so we haven't really got many centre halves, but I do think he's clearly the best one that we've got. And this is a really good signing for Liverpool, man. And I'm hearing that he was interested in Arsenal but preferred Liverpool. And I kind of get why, because I think he's going to play more games for Liverpool. I think with Saliba and Gabriel at Arsenal, you're not breaking that partnership up. Or I think you could potentially do that. And I think he fancies himself to one, play ahead of Van Dijk at times and also play alongside him. Because I think he fancies himself to be, displace Konate if he's going to be potentially leaving. So I get why he's gone to Liverpool over Arsenal. Some people are laughing at that. Oh, he's rejected Arsenal. Well, he's rejected Arsenal. 1, Liverpool are in a brilliant position. And 2, I think he's going to actually play more for them as well. So why wouldn't he go there? So I've got to be honest. I think, some people in the chat are saying he's dross and he's crap and he's average and all this. I don't think so. I think this is a very good centre-half. And I think it's one that's proven at, the top level in the international tournaments that he can hold his own. And I think for Palace, he's been one of their best players alongside Lacroix, who's formed a good partnership with him. And I think alongside Anderson previously, where he had a good partnership with him. So I think this is a really good bit of business for Liverpool, man. And it makes me sick because they just keep getting better and better each time. Yeah. Every single day I'm looking at the news, Liverpool are getting stronger. With Frimpong coming in, Kirkes, Guehi, that's pretty much a new back line. Alongside Wirtz, who's coming in, they want to go all out for Isak, and they've got a backup plan for that in Nketiah, it seems. So I look at that now thinking Liverpool are going back to back, aren't they? Like, let's be real. Unless they don't gel and it's like they're a mess because they're all trying to buy too many players, I just don't see anything else but Liverpool winning the league at the moment, the way they're going.
It's tough, man. I think the Marc Guehi signing is a fantastic bit of business. I think the way what he did for England at the Euros, in 2024, for me highlighted a real potential top-class player at centre-half. And I think going to Liverpool, he's ready to make the jump. He's homegrown, so that's a tick, you know what I mean? 45 million is a steal, and he's only 25. So he's got that, and he's experienced. He's played in Premier League for time now. This is a top signing, man. This is a top signing. This is sort of like, for me, it sort of reminds me like the Ike Nouri signing, in that, like, he's been in the Premier League for time. And it would not surprise me one little bit if we're sat here in a year or 2 years' time saying, is Marc Guehi world class? It would not surprise me, because I think he's on that sort of trajectory level. And even if he doesn't turn out to be world class, he's a squad rotator, or he's a solid centre back for 45 million. He's homegrown, good on the ball, fast, strong. I mean, this is just incredible business. And the way Liverpool are moving, they're moving like a proper club. Do you know what I mean? We criticised them a lot last summer, rightly so, because they signed one player in Chiesa. But the way they're moving this summer, they're moving with speed. Yeah, they're moving with serious speed as well, which obviously you'd like if you're a Liverpool fan, man. So, yeah, I think at the moment they obviously have to be favourites for the league, and if they get Isak as well, wow, that's not looking good, Brev. If they get Isak as well,
with Isak's on. It's hard, but it's on. But this is what Fabrizio has said today, and I'll read this out here. He said that Liverpool are working on a deal for Hugo Ekitike. They are discussing the possibility of adding him to their squad. The idea for Liverpool is to have one more striker. They are waiting to see what happens with Darwin Núñez and his conversations with Napoli. Liverpool can add a new striker, so Hugo Ekitike remains a name on that list. Of course, it's not a deal happening today or tomorrow, so we need to be patient. And of course, it's not going to happen today or tomorrow because they're going to chase Isak, but they're going to add a good striker as well, aren't they? It just reads.
I don't think they'll get Isak. I don't think they are. I think they're going to go and get like someone like an Ekitike, someone that can link up the play like in the Firmino sort of like profiler player.
Why don't they go and get Osimhen, LB? Come on. I thought you were going to say that.
Well, they can go and get Osimhen if they want, but I don't think they're looking. Because they've got Salah, who gets incredible numbers. And they'll have Verts who will get incredible numbers as well. I don't think they're desperate for, like, you need a goal scorer, right? We all know this. We know you need a goal scorer. I don't think Liverpool need a goal scorer. I think they want a goal scorer, fine, innit? But I think that they're looking for someone to connect the play, like a Firmino did. Whereas you don't need someone you need someone to put the ball in the back of the net, right? So yeah, I think that good news for Liverpool is that them players are typically cheaper because goal scorers cost bare money. So
well, Isak, like I think Isak goes to Barcelona next season. I really do. I think he'll be the new Barcelona striker next year. I don't think he's leaving Newcastle this year. I think that if Liverpool, like, say we've got the money, I don't think Newcastle are going to budge. And I think they're just going to tell him, you ain't going this year, go next year, go where you want next year, but you're staying with us. If you're not going to sign a new deal, you're staying here. So I think they believe that it's worth taking the risk to have a season with Isak and you might get less money than take 125 million. That's what I think. Like, look, I hope if Liverpool get it, they get Isak. I don't think Arsenal and City are getting near them. I've got to be honest. I don't think they're getting near to Liverpool unless something happens, which Jordan Hooks was saying on my show the other day about how they get too many cooks and all of a sudden it don't gel. But I just don't see how Verts, Isak, and Salah doesn't win them trophies. I just don't. So it can't happen for the sake of the Premier League. Newcastle have got to keep hold of him, man. And the other thing I'll say is if he is an inkling that he's going, Arsenal need to be all over it. Because as much as he might want Liverpool, and he might choose Liverpool over Arsenal, fair play. If we're not in for that and we let him get Isak and we're going and getting Sesko ahead of him, I'm sorry, that is showing the levels of ambition of both the clubs of Arsenal and Liverpool. So, yeah, I get why they want him. Will they get him? Question marks. I think he stays at Newcastle for another year, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he goes there. I think they get someone like an Ekitike, and then they'll play Verts, Ekitike, Salah on the right, and then maybe Gakpo, someone like off the left. Well, unless they're going to sign a left winger, I don't know if they're signing a left winger, but that's a very, very good attacking lineup. You know what I mean? Gravenberch and McAllister in behind, Kirkes. You know, still got Kanate, Van Dijk, Guehi, and then Frimpong. It's some team, man. And the thing is as well, you know what's good about what Liverpool are doing is they're building from a position of strength. And this is what City used to do like four years ago. We won the league, bought Haaland, won the league, bought Gvardiol, and then guess what happened? We won the league and bought Savinho and Gundogan and didn't win anything. You've got to keep pushing. You know what I mean? And it's like people always go on about spending and that, but you know, you can win leagues without spending money. Yeah, but you can't dominate England. You cannot dominate the league without spending money. This
is what Liverpool's decision though should also be food for thought. And I know we all react instantly to things. We all give our opinions on it, me included. But there's got to always be room to rethink. Because when Liverpool didn't spend a penny last year, it was FSG are scumbags and pricks. But in fact, it wasn't their decision per se. The decision came from the likes of Michael Edwards, who said, we're back, the new manager. Before we go and drop 200 million quid, let's assess. Because we may spend money and it might be wasted. They waited. It worked. And again, it's a risk. No one's denying it's not a risk. It was a risk. It worked. Now what they have, because I've had a lot of people go to me, Terry, you can't say clubs are waiting until July to start their transfer work. By the way, have you guys noticed a lot more activity today from the journalists, at least than the last 4 or 5 days? I wonder why that is. But people go, oh, look at the speed and how much money Liverpool's spending. There's no way other teams are waiting for July. They're just crap. It's like, no, you're stupid. They didn't spend any money this last summer. Thus, they have all the money to spend before the new season ticks over. So that's my only issue with what Liverpool are doing. They're doing brilliantly. But it should be food for thought that sometimes it doesn't mean you can't react to something in the first instance, because I got why Liverpool fans felt the way they did, but I always feel like there should be a little bit of room for, I don't like this. This is wrong. I think we're going to be damaged, but I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded to being wrong. I feel like we've become, and I'm talking about us as content creators, not us three specifically, but we've just moved into this really weird, polarized world. Like me and Staffy, you guys have probably seen it in the group chat. Staffy keeps saying that, I still don't know whether he's attacking Bruno or defending him, saying that Bruno Fernandes is stupid for staying at Man United. Why? Well, he said he wants to compete for major trophies. Yeah, he wants to compete in Europe for major trophies. Well, he could have gone to the Club World Cup with Al Hilal and competed for one now. He's never going to do that at Man United. Yes, but then once the World Club Cup finishes, I don't care what anyone tells me. I think most pro footballers would rather win a League Cup or an FA Cup than compete in the Saudi League, unless it's for money. So you can't just look at it as, again, it's all this short-termism. I can't speak. When it comes to everything we think is like now. Or actually, sometimes a decision you disagree with in the beginning pays dividends later on down the line. The same as a player might go, I wouldn't mind joining Al Hilal now. I get to go to the Club World Cup. But then after that, you only got to look at Duran. He's lasted how long over there? Henderson joined the Saudi League back straight away. There's talk about Ivan Toney looking to return. So the point is, like, I think sometimes we do this in football now. It's fine to have an opinion because that's what we're here to do, but people are just not open-minded enough. And Liverpool are now being praised, but the only reason they're being praised for what they're doing is because of the decision to not spend last year. Had they spent last summer, they may not be spending now. They may have bought the wrong players. Now someone go, you can't guess that, Terry. I'm not guessing it. I'm going off the people that have made those decisions that you're praising. This is what they have said. This is what they have done. So I sometimes just feel we need to be a little bit more, not less negative or pessimistic, but just a little bit more open-minded to things, because everything's just about losing your mind in the here and now. And I just think this Liverpool situation proves that that's not always the right way to go, personally. Because again, if you could ask Sam now, if he'd take back everything, if he knew what he knew, if he knew last year what he knows now, he wouldn't have complained. So doesn't that suggest moving forward to Sam as an example, the next time a little decision done by Liverpool he doesn't like, maybe keep his counsel a little bit, and not this. And I don't mean disagreeing or agreeing with the deal. I mean going full on this burn down FSG's offices. Basically, it's like, we'll slow down a little bit, mate, because they're doing great. They really, really are doing great at the minute. But a lot of that stems from not spending last summer. Who knew? Possibly Salah might slow down.
I mean, as a rival, that's what we're hoping for, isn't it?
Yeah, hope.
I know me and Potsy are sitting here now thinking, hopefully Salah's 33 years old. Yeah, there's I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a chart. Someone's done a graph of strikers and their goals per 90 minutes at every age. And as soon as they hit 33, the graph just goes boom. Like statistically, players fall off at 33. So I'm hoping that he's going to fall off, but there was no signs of that happening last year. But if you this guy got what 50 odd GA that last year, even if you can get that down to 35, that's going to make a huge difference. A huge difference.
Yeah.
I don't need this guy to be shit or completely fall off. I just need him to stop being a freak, like goal every game type situation. Like just reduce it by 30%, and I'm like, right, that's chilling. But last year, man, he was on some different level, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. If the signing of Guehi, another indication that Slot is moving to a 3-4-2-1, Versus thrived in that system as well. The new players are versatile, but they have played in a back three the most. Fair point.
It's a potential, because as well, then if you had Kirkes and Frimpong bombing down the wings, and then that, I can't lie, man, that sounds nasty. I don't know what Potts thinks, man, but that sounds nasty.
I agree. I think they're fantastic. They're winning the market by quite some way at the moment, aren't they? Let's just be real. Like Kirkes, I think, was the best left back in the Premier League last season. Frimpong in Europe has shown what he can do going forward. Defensively, people would say, is he good? But Trent, we all know what was there. And if they're getting Guehi as well, Mamardashvili's coming in, people have forgotten about because Alisson gets injuries now. And they want a striker on top of what they've already got with Florian Wirtz on. Oh, seriously. They're not walking around, man.
But I wonder if they go to three at the back, whether the media will do think pieces into whether three at the back can win you Premier League titles or not. or whether it can win you games or works in England. I wonder if they'll do the same. You know what I mean? Because it's all about the manager.
I mean, they probably will. They do. It's lazy journalism. It's lazy journalism. They did it about Pep. Oh, he's not going to win football playing that way, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They did it about Conte. He won it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, there's no right way or wrong way of playing football. Yeah, the right way is to win. And if you win by going long, yeah, playing Brexit football, fine. If you win by playing nice tiki-taka football, fine. Yeah, it's about winning the matches, man.
I agree. I want Diaz, Jota, Chiesa, and Nuno sold. Nunez sold. I prefer Osimhen to Isak. I also want Rodrigo. I think we can bring in Isak and Rodrigo. I would be delighted.
Imagine if Liverpool got Rodrigo.
Don't.